Church O'Clock Show. You are watching us live on KUTV. I'm so grateful that you are loving the music that we are playing. Kenyan Youth on Twitter, you're saying loving the discussions. Awesome job, people. And Felix Madanga, you're saying that you people look awesome. Nearly the hype DJ is always in a good mood. Becky's are as energetic as ever. Love the tweets that are coming in. Mongeli Msioka, you're saying, hey, great girls. Love the impact that you're giving to the society. I remember when I used to go for discipleship together, and we thank God. We definitely appreciate your feedback. Keep it coming on Church O'Clock Facebook, on our Facebook page, Twitter Church_O'Clock, and Instagram Church O'Clock. This is actually the exciting segment. We call it the book lab, not the book club. The book lab, and we are grateful, actually honored to have how do I start this, to have a life coach, a motivational speaker, a financial consultant, and a hilarious MC. Well, I love that last part. He is Joel Kobia. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Tell us more about yourself other than gladly what I have explained.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Joel Kobia is a born-again Christian.
Yes.
Joel Kobia, as you've mentioned, is a life coach. I'm also a corporate trainer, yeah, and a personal leadership consultant. Yes.
All right, all right. All that coupled together.
All that coupled together.
We're so glad to have you in studio.
Yeah.
You have written a book, Between Me and My Exploits. This is actually the kind of books you can't read. You don't want to drop them. Once you get a hold of this book, whether you're in a matatu, wherever you are, you just want to read one chapter after another.
Yeah.
It is an exciting read, but not just exciting. It is actually inspirational, and the kind of wealth of knowledge that is in this book is just mind-blowing. Joe, now you can just tell us what inspired you to write this book.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Between Me and My Exploits is a personal leadership book. It guides us to get connected to the purpose for which we are created for. And in my lifetime, I thought I was very good in mathematics. And so after my high school in Mangu High School, I went to college to pursue Bachelor of Commerce, that's BCom, and CPA, yeah. And after that, I graduated as a certified public accountant.
Yes.
At the moment, I'm a committee member at ISPAC, the committee that regulates all accountants in Kenya.
Wow.
And a graduate from Nairobi University, Bachelor of Commerce, Finance option. I worked for Methodist Church in Kenya, yeah, at the finance department. And I told myself I'm doing very good because these are the kind of things that I did in school. But unfortunately, I was not happy. I was not contented.
You were not happy.
Yeah, and I thought, I think I need to get into the banking field. And so I got employed in one of the largest banks in Kenya, and I thought I would be satisfied. During that point, I started off as a customer service officer. Then from there, I got promoted to a relationship manager at Parliament Road branch, where I was a relationship manager in charge of over 140 members of parliament. Yeah, the current senator of Nairobi, the current deputy president, all those were my customers at some point. And I thought I'd be contented. Unfortunately, I wasn't. Then I told them, since I have certified public accountancy and Bachelor of Commerce, I need to be promoted and taken to the head office. And I was taken to the head office, finance department, where I could do financial analysis and investor relations for the bank. And it's during that point in time I saw that I see I'm taking myself in some rounds and there's some vacuum somewhere that needs to be filled. And I started the journey of personal discovery. And it's that point that I discovered that I was created to become a leadership bridge that should connect individuals and groups of individuals to their truest self. So at that point, I went back to school again in pursuit of this purpose, and I did a master's.
After all the success you've had in the financial field.
Yeah, that's after all that success, yeah. I went back to school again for a master's in leadership and a master's in strategy. And it's during that point in time that the vacuum got filled up, yeah. And I started writing the book about discovering your purpose and living that reason which God created us to live.
Wow.
Ever since that time, I've had what is called FREEDOM, freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom!
Freedom. Wow.
Yeah.
It is so amazing because I'm sure you are speaking to a number of people.
Thank you.
There are many people who are locked up
Yeah.
in professions that
Yes.
they are not happy
You're
about.
right.
They definitely, studies are important, and our
You're right.
parents told us that, you know, go to school, you
Yeah.
will live well, you will
Yeah.
live a fulfilled life, but
You're
it
right.
didn't happen like that. And
Yeah.
this book is all about that, bringing someone to a place
Yeah.
of discovering who they are.
Yes.
And allow me to just ask,
Yeah.
now that you know motivational speakers,
Yes.
they can easily, you have a public speaking
Yes.
gift, so it's easy for you to just say, I can do public
Yeah.
motivational speaking.
True.
Let's say even from a humanistic point of view.
Yes.
So how can you kind of like give us, what give you the perspective that this should come from your maker, that this should, that having your purpose is actually something that is God-given, that you
Okay.
should go back to your maker
I get
to
it.
get that kind of understanding of who you are.
Thank you so much. Wonderful question, beautiful question. I like it.
You love it.
Yeah, so purpose, I would say, is our home. The moment you find your purpose, then you're at home. And every implement on earth is created for a purpose. There's nothing that is made on earth which does not have a purpose that it ought to be serving. And in due course of my serving at the bank, I realized that my love for God is not a secret. And so I made it known to the CEO of the bank that I'm in love with God. Yeah. And I remember during that point, I was given an opportunity to join the prayer movement of the bank.
Wow.
And I used to coordinate prayers throughout the 140 plus departments and branches of the bank. And I would remember any time that you're opening a new branch, maybe in Mombasa, I would be put on a plane, travel there to dedicate the branch.
Wow.
I remember when we were opening the South Sudan branch, I was given a flight to South Sudan.
You were actually a minister.
Yes,
you
I was
were
a minister.
Financial advisor,
financial
and investor,
advisor.
and all that.
Yes.
But in real sense, you were still working in the area of your calling.
Yeah, in my area of calling. And I remember I was walking the streets of Juba, dedicating the branch to God, all the manager and the team that was supposed to be serving there. And anytime, I remember at some point when I was serving at the finance department, we had one of the staff who got demon possessed, and was screening all over Cop House building. And they rushed the person to my office and told me, hey, Joel, you need to pray for this person.
Exercise.
And I remember we sat with a lady in the boardroom plus one or two other persons, and we prayed over the person's life. She got delivered. Yeah. In due course of my serving, I was called by my wife, and I was told that one of our uncles is at Kenyatta Hospital and is become blind, suffered a stroke on one side of the body, and there's some oozing of blood in his brain. Yeah. And unfortunately, it took too much time for Kenyatta Hospital to take care of him. And I rushed from the office that time, went there, and by God's grace, we said a prayer. Yeah, and as we talk, there was no operation that was conducted on his body. The gentleman is walking. He's no longer blind. The paralysis that had happened on one side of his body, is gone, and he's running as a normal human being. And in due course of my service, God told me, untie the colt. The master is in need of it. And of course, I really struggled leaving that good salary and package from the bank, in order for me to step into this other area. And God took me through a 1-week prayer and fasting season. Others would go for lunch. I'd lock myself in the boardroom, and I would be more or less pushing and asking God, must it be this time? And mind you, around March, we always paid some big bonus, because of the previous year's performance. And I was just about to receive mine, several hundreds of thousands. But unfortunately, when I prayed, God gave me the date I need to resign from the work and the timing I need to give my resignation letter. I took the letter to my director. He told me, Joel, are you sure? Just go think about it. I was taken to HR. I think they thought after some counseling I might change my mind, but I knew it's me versus God versus the world. So in obedience to God, I had to step aside, and I want to believe it's never been the same again. So as an inspirational speaker, I think I'm different, because for me, I'm not out there for money. And I say that there are two kinds of people on earth. One, we have the purpose chasers and we have the money chasers. So for me, God has called me to the marketplace as a minister, of the gospel, as a person who's going to connect people to the purpose for which they were created. And through that, I'm doing several other things in matters to do with training.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love that part you've just talked about, the timing. That the Lord spoke to you and he was so specific,
Yes.
even about the time, even when you could foresee a huge bonus right
Yes.
ahead of you.
Yes.
And now because we are talking about time. Today, and we realize it's actually a truth. It's a fact that everyone has 24 hours.
You're right.
But I believe that we are all not the same. And it's not that one has been given more than the other.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about time? Because this has actually been highly... I don't want to preempt to the viewer what you have actually written in the book about time. You can just tell us what difference does knowing that time is a resource make in our lives?
Thank you so much, Esther. I like the wonderful question. Now, in my book, Between Me and My Exploits, I talk about time, and I call time the king. In my lifetime, I started a program that I call Life Syllabus Review, and we meet every second Thursday of the month at Anniversary Towers. And I remember the topic for January, the January topic was on arresting your top enemy. And to most believers, they believe that Satan is their worst enemy. Yeah? But I read from the book of James, chapter 4, verse 6, that submit to God, resist the devil, and he shall flee. So the only work that you and I as a believer have got to do in matters to do with the devil is resisting him. My sister, you resist the devil, he's got no option. He's going to run away from you completely. Yeah. So once you've resisted him, I'm not talking about the political resisting. Yeah, it's about the normal resisting. You resist the devil and he's going to flee. Now, once the devil has fled away from you, what next?
What next?
One of our greatest enemies is time robbers. Time robbers. And you find most of us are wasting too much time in doing things that don't add value in our lives.
Right.
And I remember during my session, I sat down with the participants in the room and we managed to recoup almost 2, 3, 4 years back to their lives. And someone would ask, how is that?
How is that? Yeah.
And
how do you manage to restore 4, 3 years back into my life?
You're so right. Now, one of the persons who attended my talk was a person working for Kenya Airways and is a flight attendant, always traveling here and there. And I asked that person, what do you do during weekends when you're not flying? And the person told me, I sit down and watch Arsenal versus Manchester and all those other teams playing. And I asked him, how much time do you take per match? And the person told me 90 minutes plus 30. That's around 120 per match. 2 hours gone.
How many
per
matches?
Match. So if you watched 3 matches for the weekend, that would be 6 hours.
3 matches, yes.
6 hours, yeah. A day has got 24 hours. That means 6 out of 24, a quarter of your day is gone.
A quarter,
gone forever.
A whole quarter.
Gone forever.
And you can't account for it.
Yeah, you can't account for it. So I asked him, are you able to get those results without you sitting there for 6 hours to watch the match? And the person says yes. Then I asked him, is there anything better that you think you've been postponing in your life which you can do in those 6 hours? And of course the person lists so many things that they would have done. Yeah.
And they keep saying, maybe I don't have enough time. I never have time. I'm too busy.
We are too busy. Now in my book I say this, we are too close to ourselves yet too far away.
What does that mean?
For example, you'll meet your creator without ever having a look at your ears. You'll never see your ears with your naked eyes. You'll never see your teeth with your naked eyes. You'll never see your face with your eyes unless you do a selfie or you take a photo. Maybe someone takes a photo for you.
Very true.
And in matters spending time with ourselves, you find most of us rarely spend our times with ourselves. A gentleman by the name Thomas Edison says that out of all the people on the face of the earth, only 5% think. 5%.
5%. We are talking of 95%.
Yeah, the world has got around 7.6 billion people. Yeah, 5% think. 10% think that they think. And the rest of them, my sister, 85% would rather die than think. Would rather die than think. You find someone walking from Cop House maybe to Central Police Station, a 25-minute stretch, and they're walking, they look at some 2 children on the streets trying to fight street children, and they're wondering what's all this that is happening. They walk, get too close to Hilton, and they're like, this is a building for those people who eat government money. Yeah, the people, the worshippers, those who are getting illegal money, are the ones who come to squander that money here. Yes. Then you walk around, you see a beautiful lady, and you're like, she
Yes.
looks gorgeous. Yeah. You keep walking, you see a gentleman in like a t-shirt, and you're like, the guy is bragging how pumped he is, and all those other kind of things. And by the time you get to Central Police Station or Nairobi University, I ask you, what were you thinking? And most of us would say Nothing, nothing.
I was walking. I
I
mean,
was
I thought I was
walking.
walking, so I
Yeah,
can.
yeah. So if you're given 5 minutes to be the friend, that's too short time. But 5 minutes with yourself,
With myself.
that's too much time. That's too much time. Some time back, I was called by Tahidi High, yeah, Nairobi Academy, to give a talk to the teachers and everyone else there. And I gave them a talk titled The Benefits of Sitting Down and Doing Nothing. And I set my alarm for 5 minutes where we sat down, not touching the phone, not speaking to everyone, doing nothing. And after the 5 minutes, my audience were like, Joel, not beautiful, not handsome. 5 minutes wasted or what time?
We are doing
Not
nothing. We are
good, not
wasting
good at all,
time.
not good
We
at
are
all.
paying you for nothing.
We are paying you a lot of money to sit here, do nothing, 5 minutes. No, that's
What
bad.
is this?
Then I asked them, okay, 5 minutes with you was too much. Yeah, 5 minutes with yourself is
With
too much.
yourself.
Yeah, you are a boredom buster. The moment you get to your friend, they say, I'm no longer bored. Yeah, but who is the most important person in your life? So if you can kill boredom in other people, why can you not kill it in yourself?
In myself.
And you find God has given us a treasure called time.
Time.
Time is not money. The world continually lied to us that time is money, but time is more precious than money.
It is more
The moment
precious.
1 minute is gone, it is gone forever.
Can't be recovered.
It can be recovered. And so if we spend time with ourselves, getting connected with ourselves, then God is also going to get those moments of getting connected to us. And I've always given myself agendas in my mind. You find that most of us are A or Bs in the agenda of life. We are living our lives outside in. In other words, we look outside and we get what to think about. What if we sat down with ourselves and we told ourselves, between Cop House and Nairobi University, as I walk, I want to think about my children. I want to think about my career. I want to think about whether I'm happy or not. Yeah? So if we spend such kind of time, we'd also be asking ourselves, am I going to heaven? If I'm not going to heaven, if I'm going to heaven, what are those things that I need to be checking on myself daily in order for me to ensure that I'm getting there? And you find too much time in our hands, but unfortunately, we've got nothing to do with it. We've got nothing to show for it.
Wow. I'm challenged. Hey, Joel, I'm challenged. Even the examples you have used, I can already see that like a mirror
Yeah.
to kind of like see myself through what you have said.
Ah.
And I'll definitely make a commitment on a personal
Wow,
level to
wow.
actually
Wow.
spend more and more time,
More time
with
with
myself,
ourselves.
getting what is within me to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
come out and be a blessing to, so that I can be more productive,
Yeah.
and that I can be able to find my purpose. You can just tell us briefly. I know we have heard a lot from you,
Yes,
from
yes.
your personal experiences through the corporate and still in the corporate, but now in
Yeah.
a different field. Would you encourage someone who feels that they have lost too much time?
Okay.
That's on the basis of how they have used their time in
Yeah.
the past. And even right now, they feel like they don't have hope.
Okay.
They have messed up
Yeah.
deals. They have crossed with people based on how they have lost opportunities in life, and they feel like that opportunity might never come back again.
Ah.
Just encourage someone who
Yeah.
feels like that and give them hope.
Uh-huh. Wonderful question. Ladies and gentlemen watching us, you are the chief executive officer of your life. You are the CEO of a company called Me Limited. In other words, if it has to be in your life, it has got to be you. You are the president of your life. You might not have been sworn in as a president, but know it from today that you are the president of your life. God has given you everything that you require on earth in order for you to take charge of your life. And as the president of your life, as the CEO of your life, you need to take time to be with you. I like the Dettol advert that says, if I don't take care of him, who will? If you don't take care of you, who will? Now, as the CEO of your life, you have 8 directors. I want to introduce you to the 8 directors. Director number 1 is the emotional director. Director number 2 is the health director. Director number 3 is the spiritual director. Director number 4 in you is called the personal development director. Director number 5 is called the inner core, the people who are around your life who you love, care, and treasure. Director number 5, relationships director. Director number 7, career stroke purpose director. And director number 8, the finance director. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no company on earth does not have that successful company on earth that does not hold meetings. From this day, make up your mind that you'll be closing yourself in some room, sitting down with yourself for at least 15 minutes and allow yourself to connect with you. In the words of a gentleman by the name T. Havaka, he says, how you do anything is how you do everything. Every single day, ensure that you get connected to the greatness in you. Your Creator, your Lord, your God is the most precious person. There's none of us seated here who has been able to check the number of liters of blood that they have in the system, how well your kidney is functioning, and all other aspects of your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a person who is working within you to make you willing and able to obey that purpose. Get connected to your Maker. He is the Alpha, he is the Omega, beginning and the end.
This is Church O'Clock Show. We are so glad to have you, Joel.
Thank you very much.
Kobia. You
Thank
can
you.
get all that information and
Yeah.
more. And that understanding, just have a greater understanding of what Joel was talking to us. Though
Yeah.
I know you have not preempted everything.
We can continue this at some different
some other
point.
time. We're
Yeah.
so glad to have you, Joel.
Thank you, Esther.
Grab a copy of this book. You will definitely be blessed. Your life will never be the same again. You can only get this kind of nuggets and this kind of wonderful teachings and information only on Church O'Clock Show. Continue to watch us and continue to stream your comments right to us. Keep it Church O'Clock. We are about to take a break, a musical break, and trust that you will definitely be blessed as you continue to watch us. Thank you so much.
Church O'Clock.